Hi there. This is one from the archives from a podcast I previously hosted and worked on. We were talking about Outlaw Star, another anime from the year of the Space Cowboy. We're just throwing this up as a bonus because it is Extra Life season. Every year I participate in the Extra Life for Kids video game marathon, which occurs on November 2nd, or the first Saturday of November, coincide with daylight savings time, whereupon I play video games for 25 hours in a row. This episode is free to you. Do it, make of it what you will, but I want to say this is brought to you by my Extra Life campaign. If you appreciate it, please consider donating to that. It's the link to my Extra Life campaign is in the description. Thank you. Here is what we recorded a number of years ago.
Hello and welcome to I Thought They Smelled Bad on the Outside, a show with nothing really to say this time. I got nothing. No witty comebacks, no crazy stories, because Jim's not here to riff on me, so no tagline this time.
So basically you're saying since I'm here, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're just Jeff. You're a robot. No one cares about you.
You suck, man. You really suck. Fine, I'm going to do the jazz musician if no one will. My name is Elias P. Williams. I'm from Mascoutah, Mississippi. Was born in Mascoutah, Indiana. Scott Watcher once sold me a bridge to Terabithia. It was a horrible bridge made out of popsicle sticks. To cross that bridge, I required a reindeer and a sleigh and a fat man in a red suit. His name was not Santa Claus. His name was Bill Cosby. I'm done.
There we go.
Don't quite know where to go with that, do you?
No, I don't. There's nowhere to go from crazy old bluesman stories. There really isn't.
That's the fun about Bluesman. You can just make shit up as you go, and guess what? It makes sense.
See?
Well, not really, but in the context, it does.
Yeah. Like, if anything, I actually do want to do some, like, I probably won't do merch for the show, but just for myself, I do kind of want some sort of art piece.
Crazy jazz musician caricatures of me, Jim, and you on a t-shirt.
No, not even that. Just like a steel guitar and a fedora captioned with, well, there was this one time.
Oh, you're no fun.
I know.
Okay, fine. You and Jim are jazz musicians, and you can see me on the back of the shirt doing a flying elbow of a top rope.
There we go.
That's a good one.
Go.
Someone out there who makes t-shirts, make that happen. I'm just saying.
We will cut you in for the profits of all 2 t-shirts we would sell.
There's 3 of them. Jim would buy one.
Jim would buy one. Okay.
The 3 t-shirts.
The 3. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Pick of the week. Scott.
Okay.
No.
For pick of the week, I'm going to throw to Dragon Ball Z Abridged because there was a new one. We had some androids.
Hello, Dr. Zero. How are you today? What is this? Your super secret Android project? No. Yes, it is. Yes. Vegeta was such a dick in this episode.
Oh, that was a good one.
He's like, I don't take advice from bastards. I'm like, dude, really? And that sudden realization when Bulma realizes she propositioned her own son for sex.
Oh, yeah.
And Krillin's just laughing. Said, why are you laughing? You weren't even there. Because it's hilarious.
Like he didn't even know.
It's still hilarious. But yeah, DBZ Abridged. Always funny.
Always.
My turn?
Yep.
I don't know what I'm going to pick. Okay, I'm gonna pull a Jim. I'm gonna pick booze. I recently picked up a bottle of Bacardi I think it's called Oak House or
Oak
Barrel. Oak Heart. Thank you. Yes,
yeah.
Damn good stuff. I'm not generally a spirits drinker, mostly beer. I don't really like vodka. I'm okay with whiskey, but it's not my favorite. But I like rum. Rum is good. Rum is especially good when mixed with cola. I'm just saying. And that is very good rum.
I keep hearing good things about it. I haven't had rum in the house for a while, so I need to pick up something.
See, rum is my, if I'm drinking alcohol, usually it's beer.
Mm-hmm.
If it's spirits, it's almost always rum. Every once in a blue moon, I have whiskey, and I really can't stand vodka because it's alcohol with flavor.
Oh, it barely flavor.
I mean, it's just burns. You have to mix it with something just so it's tolerable.
It does make a fine pasta sauce.
How would you know this?
Because I make it all the time. You take like
I'm just saying, I understand that you know it's good, but how did that realization come about? You know what? I'm out of water. The tap's off. Let's make it with vodka.
I think it was literally someone messing around who did not have any white wine for cream sauce and just used vodka. But yeah,
Pasta vodka.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, totally works. You know, you take a cup of vodka, you drop a tablespoon of chili flakes into it, let that sit. Throw some onions and bacon and that vodka in a pan, then add some tomatoes and simmer that for an hour or so. Add some cream. It's all good.
If I ever come up there and visit, you got to make something fancy to eat.
Oh, I know all kinds of crazy things.
Because I'm not going out to McDonald's if I'm coming up to Toronto to visit.
Oh no.
Which by the way, why I'm thinking about it, I know I was supposed to ask you this before we started recording, but I don't care. When is Anime North exactly?
It is the end of May. Like it's Labor Day not Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend.
No, okay.
But I will be at a wedding that weekend.
Oh crap.
So I'll be
thinking...
transitioning my yelling about giant robots to probably Con Bravo, which is later on in August.
Okay, well maybe I'll come down for that or up there for that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of I haven't been like my last 2 vacations from work. They've literally been me sitting at home getting crap done. I'm determined that this year I'm going somewhere and doing something. All
right. Fair enough.
I don't care if it's going to a damn Six Flags. I'm going somewhere.
All right.
What are we here to talk about?
Okay, so today we are talking about we are finishing off the Space Western anime roundup with Outlaw Star.
See you later, Space Mercenary.
Oh God, I
exactly what is Gene's job? I'm just curious.
Gene,
pirate, mercenary.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't seem to actually work.
Well, yeah, but he's not really a fighter. He doesn't, hunt down bounties. The only thing he actually did to try and make any money was race in a race.
Yeah, he did some space racing.
I guess the closest you could call him is a pirate / space jockey.
Like he's just a guy who can't seem to actually fulfill a contract on anything.
He was a tugboat captain for a while.
Like if he was actually good at something other than shooting people and not getting paid, we'd have a job description for him. But he doesn't.
He's not even really that good at shooting people. Let's be honest.
His gun is really broken.
The caster gun, cool idea, but it's not very practical. But he doesn't. I think that's one of the nice things about Gene. Say what you want about Spike Spiegel, he's not that relatable. No one around here is, a kung fu master, former mafioso, hitman, expert marksman, pilot, so on and so forth. Gene, he's just pretty much an everyday regular guy who's not very good at anything. He's not terribly bad at anything.
Well, he doesn't have any aspirations to be good at anything either.
Well, at the very beginning of the show, he has no idea what he's supposed to do with his life. Middle of the show, he has no idea what he's supposed to do with his life. But he's got a lot of tools now and friends in high places. At the end of the show, he kind of has an idea who he wants to be with in his life, but he still doesn't know what.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with these people and do stuff.
Yeah, like that's the show, it's really directionless. Except it feels like it should have a direction.
But it works.
I don't think it does. I have tried to watch this show 3 times in my life. 3. Uh-huh. The first 2 times I bailed around episode 11 or 12 because...
So you and I are going to be on opposite sides on this one. We're going to argue the whole damn thing.
Well, I don't hate it. I just thought it was okay by the end. There's a certain point where after it's done the race arc, it just loses all focus, and I'm like, why am I following these guys now?
This is one of those shows, I'm not sure how to describe it. You really don't care about the plot. You honestly don't care about the grand plot or the grand scheme of things.
Well, the writers certainly didn't. But I couldn't even get into the characters because they're just kind of these one-note things like, Jim and Gene are, Felix and Oscar, but in space. And Aisha's a bitch, and Suzuka's just sitting there trying her best to be Gomon. and Melfina's a robot. She's learning how to be a real girl. I can watch old episodes of Star Trek TNG for that.
Are we getting Melfina as Data? No.
Yeah, come on.
Melfina is not Data. Melfina, from the whole point is she's learning how to be a real person, but unlike Data, she's got all the tools right in front of her. If somebody did, when she woke up and somebody told her, "You're a real girl," she wouldn't know the damn difference. Other than the fact that she, fits into a very small box and pilots a ship through a swimming tank. I mean, she's got special skills. What can I say? By the way, how the hell does she fit in that little box? That was the size of a microwave.
Yeah, that box was that was a briefcase.
Yeah, really.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've roadied a bit. I'm pretty sure there are speakers that come that size.
She is a contortionist, apparently, too. But anyway. But no, I think we're going to disagree a lot on this series. I'm just saying.
I don't think it's aged well. Like, I remember a lot.
I think it's aged beautifully.
I don't think it has.
I have this entire series on DVD. Just by talking about this, I bet you probably within the next day or so, I'll pop it out and watch the whole thing again.
See, no, this show is just 90s as fuck. And I'm like, no, I don't want this. No.
I still love this show.
It spends a lot of time faffing about in the middle. I wish it had gotten to the point. Or use the faffing about bits to make me care about these characters.
I will say this show works as a 25-episode series. This would not work as a 50 or 100-episode series.
Oh, God, no. Like, I think there's part of me that thinks they could cut it down to 13.
Nah.
I think you could.
I think 25 is the number. Or I think it's 24. But regardless, low 20s. You could probably pull it off in 20 and cut a couple episodes out here and there.
Yeah.
This is just a fun series. And we're going to disagree a lot.
Yeah. Like, I just wish that most of these, the stretch between 13 to 22 had been about something related to the plot that got set up in the first dozen episodes. Like, you could have used those episodes to flesh out the antagonists or fill out some characters, like the protagonist backstories, or build up these 7 super badass assassins you introduced at one point, or give that third guy, that professor guy, something to care about. Like,
I had something to care about.
No.
Hey, let's get into this. Let's go down the episode list because I'm going to disagree with you on a lot.
All right. So first off is Outlaw World, in which, Jim and Jean are losers on Loser Planet who get a job from a woman with a terrible nickname, and then they find a girl in a box. Yes.
I don't know. You didn't like Hot Ice, Hilda?
It's a terrible nickname.
It is. I agree that is a dumb nickname. But still, this show starts off a little dark. I mean, it's pretty obvious Jean and Jim are broke as a joke. There's kind of a little brother, big brother aspect going on here, but
because it's an anime, the little brother's the mature one because that shtick never gets tired.
And no, not really. But Jim is a little more level-headed. Jean is a little bit more enthusiastic. I don't think that, but Jim is still the dumber of the two. In terms of just plain old intelligence, he is the dumber of the two, but he is the more level-headed one. Let me rephrase that. In terms of intelligence, Jim is probably higher. In terms of common sense, Gene's a little bit better at that. Because Gene knows when to fight and he knows when to run.
Yeah, Jim he runs when he's out of his magic bullets that solve all his freaking problems.
Yes, Deus Ex Machina is the caster gun, but we'll get into that later. And the girl in the box, yes, Melfina fits in a very, very small box. She is a contortionist along with an android. But yeah, Hot Ice Hilda pretty much said, yes, we're going to protect farm equipment.
Equipment.
Because, pirates love farm equipment.
Yeah.
But no, they're not after farm equipment. They're after Melfina. Episode 2, World of Desires. Melfina gets out. She's buck naked. Unless you saw the Cartoon Network version, then she's wearing a bikini.
Which I don't care either way. Like, honestly, there are points where you're like, why would you airbrush in a bikini for someone who's just taking a shower? That's a little odd. And then
because it's Cartoon Network.
Like, I know you have to censor anything, but
this was the station that censored Gundam Wing because he said hell instead of heck.
Oh no, I mean the whole Cartoon Network standards and practices were kind of hilarious.
And they've only gotten worse in the modern day.
Yeah, like they got worse since 2001 when this aired.
Yeah, I think things have gone downhill with them, but I digress. They take Hilda's spaceship to Blue Heaven, which I actually kind of thought that was a cool name. Blue Heaven.
Yeah, but that's just a song.
I know, but it's still a cool. It's a pirate hangout, an outlaw hangout. It is,
because that's exactly what outlaw means.
I know, but
it's almost as bad as the Clone Wars cartoon where they did just use the word bounty hunter for anything. It's like, you do stuff for money. You're a bounty hunter. No, this is mercenary work. You're a bounty hunter. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm guarding this place. I'm collecting a bounty for guarding. Sure, why not?
Yeah. I'm hunting the guarding job.
It is a good job. Anyway, Jim, Hilda take Melfina shop. Jim takes Melfina shopping. Melfina offers to sleep with Jim, which is exceedingly awkward. I'm not sure either of them knew what the other were thinking, but we'll get into that later. You do get a good sense of that. Melfina isn't very, what's the word I'm looking for? Educated in the world. And basically, Gene is an idiot who follows whatever Hilda tells him to do.
Well, Hilda's Mary McGlynn. So you listen when Mary McGlynn tells you what to do.
I always thought that, it's like as soon as they get to that ship, Hilda's going to kick them all out the airlock.
She would have.
It's like, the only one that she really needs is Melfina. You two morons are just hired hand.
Like, they're
and
just...
guess what? If she kicks you out the airlock, you don't get paid.
Yeah, like, she doesn't have to pay you. You did all the heavy lifting. Like, maybe keep Jim because he seems to know his way around a console. But Gene's just dumb muscle.
Yeah. The only reason you'd keep Gene around is so Jim would do his job.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, if I killed Gene, Jim would be a pain in the ass to work with for a while. Eventually, I'd turn him around, but I don't need that else.
And this episode also ends in a cliffhanger with assassin attack.
Oh, yeah, the mech comes in while they're in the bedroom.
See, that's the thing. The first, dozen episodes all end on cliffhangers, so you get the feeling it's a really tight show, even if you could cut most of this episode and still have the same story.
But it keeps you coming back for more.
Yeah.
You got to say that much about Outlaw Star. You're like, as soon as you see an episode, you're like, I want to see the next episode, which kept you coming back. Episode 3, Into Burning Space. Gene and Hilda get out of the bedroom. What they were doing in the bedroom on Cartoon Network, you can assume, and
Scrabble.
reality, we all know.
I'm sure the dub said Scrabble.
Our game of Scrabble was interrupted.
Triple word score, boys. Triple word score.
Gene, Starwind. That's a W. Booyah. Uh-oh, Mac. But anywho, where were we? The Katarl get introduced as they're getting the hell out of Dodge. Aisha Clan, one of my personal favorite characters.
Yeah, I liked Worf better.
She is a bit of a female Worf, except...
She's Lady Worf with more hair.
And more cat-like, as opposed to... I don't know, what are Klingon? Bulldog-like?
I don't... They're just grumpy. That's all they are.
Aisha is not grumpy, though. Most of the time.
Most of the time.
She's, perky is a good word for her. She's just perky, perky that's going to claw your face off perky if you piss her off. But I digress. Anyway, they play chicken with a big-ass Katarl flagship, and the Katarl blink at the last second. They get the hell out of Dodge.
Because when it comes down to a fight between Klingons and Mary McGlynn just wins.
Mary McGlynn wins in most cases, except this show. But anyway.
There you go.
Yeah. They go to pick up Hilda's friends, which is another reason I thought, okay, these guys are dead, because as soon as Hilda gets the rest of her crew, she's not going to need you two morons.
She probably has better dumb muscle waiting.
That she doesn't have to pay as much. But unfortunately, they show up and they're dead. So, oh, great. I got these yahoos. So they find what is to become the Outlaw Star. It's big, it's gray, it's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
And apparently they're all shocked and amused when they come in, and then Gilliam, the ship's computer, which we always need a talking ship's computer. They're always fun. Basically, so what the hell are you doing? They show up in Melfina. Oh, okay. He eventually just listens to them.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
They've got the robot girl, and, it's not like there's keys. There's no space LoJack on this thing.
Wouldn't you need, it's bad enough people steal Gundams all the time with no keys. You don't have a freaking starship and they don't have a pair of keys for it?
Like, this is supposed to be super advanced prototype ultra tech, right?
Right.
Like, you need...
This is like the super advanced ultra tech developed in coercion with the military and essentially the space mafia.
Like the space mob, the military, ancient aliens, they all threw their shit together, and you come up with this, and you're like, you don't even lock the doors.
No locked doors, no LoJack. That's the thing I always thought. It's like, okay, they're going to have some kind of monitor on this thing. They can track this thing across space. Nothing. It's like, wouldn't you? Never mind. Yeah. But yeah, that's just a general problem in anime altogether. Is in anime, security systems do not exist. There is no such thing as LoJack. There is no such thing as keys. Everything's just on all the time.
Oh yeah,
it's like an Xbox. But anyway,
and then Hildy dies to let them escape the pirates.
I think that happens in the next episode, yeah.
No, we've kind of sort of blurred those two together.
Yeah, I guess she dies at the very end of that one.
Yeah.
And she hops in her ship to help them get out, and then she realizes, oh, fuck, I'm not going to make it. Gene Starwind just got my ship. Son of a bitch, how did that happen? How'd that lucky bastard get that ship? He don't even know what it is. Oh, crap, I'm dead.
Blarg.
Yep. And she goes smoosh. And then Gene, I'm so lucky Starwind, takes home one of the most advanced ships in the galaxy, and he takes it back to Blue Heaven, Outlaw Hangout, and gets it repainted in his red color.
Pimps his ride,
Pimps his ride. LoJacks, got spinning rims on the side. Everything. Yep. Bling.
Then Aisha shows up and is like, honestly, it's like Misty from that first year of Pokemon. You gotta give me my bike back. I'm not leaving till you pay for my bike.
So you screwed up my career, and they buy her lunch.
Except they don't.
It's like, we'll just pay for all this food you just ate. They're like, she's like, no, you gotta give me my career back. And they're like, yeah, we can't do that. You got to pay for your own lunch. Bye. And she's stuck at the end of the episode. This is to be continued. She's stuck there with like a mountain of dishes to wash, which is funny as hell.
Yeah. Okay, so we transition to the next one where we introduce Fred, who sets back the homosexual agenda by about 30 years.
I love Fred. Fred. He's so stereotypically gay.
It stops being funny after an episode.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's kind of like, RuPaul. It's always funny. Or Goldust from WWE. It's just so beyond stupid, it's funny. He is so incredibly gay. Every stereotype of the homosexual man is round up in this one dude. And granted, it was the 90s when this happened. Now you did that and it would be all politically incorrect and you can't do that. But back then it was funny as hell.
I liked it better on Samurai Pizza Cats. I'm just going with that.
Samurai. Did you just throw a Samurai Pizza Cats reference in here?
Yes, because Samurai Pizza Cats is freaking awesome.
Sir, just beat out my Alf reference from last episode. You just referenced Samurai Pizza Cats. Well done, sir.
That was the first anime I ever saw. And I knew it was from Japan because they made a point of saying so every few episodes. They were metal like that.
Samurai okay. And I got to work a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference into this show somehow. Oh, well.
I'm sure you can do it with Twilight Suzuka, who, she's just Gomon from Lupin the Third, but a girl. That's about it.
Yeah, in a sense. I guess now that I think about it, that's kind of true. But Yeah, okay, the more I think about it, I'm trying to think, okay, what's the difference? And no, there really isn't. They're the exact same character.
Yeah.
Gender swapped.
Just gender flipped. Hangs out because I guess I'll kill you eventually, maybe.
So I was sent here to kill you, and now, it's kind of fun hanging around with these guys. I'm just going to stick around.
Yeah.
See what happens. Well, I like the fact that she's, everyone in this show is, blind, stinkingly poor. And that one time when they go off to the race, she just, goes out and hangs out. She's filthy, stinking rich, hangs out on the beach, puts $100,000 on the Outlaw Star just for kicks and giggles. Just hangs out. Okay, race over. I'm going to go back. That was a nice vacation.
Yeah, so we get to episode 7 where nothing happens until the end. It's mostly Jean sucking.
Melfina learns to cook.
Yeah, I guess.
Even though she doesn't eat.
And Jean learns to crash a spaceship. And then at the end, Jean gets poisoned. And then Suzuka decides to hang out because she hates pirates. Being a ninja herself, it's just in the blood.
Yeah, well. Suzuka shows up and it's like, okay, I have to kill Gene Starwind. See, pirates, I don't really dislike him. I'm just getting paid to kill him. Those guys I dislike. So for the meantime, we'll just delay this. I'll get paid later.
Yeah, we'll eventually explain why I don't like pirates in some dialogue in the last freaking episode. But for now, I'm just going to sit here and be boring as a character.
Well, that's another thing. She's filthy, stinking rich, so if she doesn't really want to finish the contract, she doesn't really have to. I always thought, she's an assassin now for kicks and giggles. She's got enough money to do whatever she wants. It's like, you know what? I kind of like killing people for money. It's a fun pastime. Don't really need it to pay the bills anymore, but whatever.
Gets me out of the house.
Yeah, got to keep me busy.
Meet new people. Kill them.
Yeah. Chop off their heads. Take pictures with them. Good times. Anyway, on to episode 8. What happens? I gotta try and remember these episodes a little faster. Oh, we do get introduced into the grappler fights, which
the
Mech Academy loves.
That's basically the whole episode. Is they punch out of the spaceport without any clearance at all and destroy half of it.
Time to go. Mm-hmm.
They just bail, and then we see the start of the whole fact that. When you strap big freaking arms to spaceships, they're going to use them to punch each other sometimes.
Yeah, it's Rock'em Sock'em robots on a much bigger scale.
And with, the Battlestar Galactica combat.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. But
when you think about it, it's so stupidly impractical. It's like you have missiles and laser beams.
You have missiles and lasers, and
so you put arms and fists on your...
And I'm pretty sure Newton would require those arms to be, just Newtonian mechanics would require those arms to take a hell of a lot of force.
I mean, those things got to be made out of titanium. And how many cameras do they launch to actually make this happen? I'm like, this is the most set up, over elaborate fight I've ever seen, but it's so awesome.
It's cool looking, but there's the point where you go, if the arm on the space shuttle, that breaks if you look at it wrong.
One tiny asteroid the size of a pea hits that thing, and everything's all fucked up.
Yeah.
These things can go 12 rounds with Mike Tyson, and they're fine.
Yeah.
But it's still fun.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, and I think that's where the show earns most of its points. It's kind of sad how few of them there are. All right, and
next episode, Gene takes his hand on becoming an assassin and fails miserably.
Yes.
Kind of a theme with him. You want to do what? We're going to go kill this guy for $10,000. Get there, robot. Damn it.
Doombot. Oh, well.
Son of a bitch.
Well, he was an illegal cyborg. Well, he was an illegal cyborg. That counts for something.
Yeah.
This is the first... That episode is the start of the, hey, it's an episode where something happens.
Well, I like that they already find it, and Suzuka's already collected the bounty. And like, damn it, that was my money. And she's like, oh, nice for you. I'll treat you to lunch. Come on.
Come on, let's get a coffee.
Yeah. Come on, burgers on me. Let's go. You're going to spend $10,000 on burgers? Hell no. I'm going to spend $20. The rest is mine. Sorry.
$10,000 is a pretty good burger.
Yeah. That's a damn good burger, but I'm just saying.
So episode 10 gives us the introduction of the whole multi-part space race fun times.
Hey, This is the ship that did the Kessel run in 8.4 parsecs or whatever the hell they say. Despite the fact that the parsecs is a unit of measurement, but who cares?
Well, if you really watch that movie, you see that Ben rolls his eyes at that comment. Like Han's trying to play troll the farm boy, and Ben is just like, this guy's an idiot.
It's like, so, if I wasn't such a rush to get the hell out of here, I would definitely find something else.
I could probably talk to that bug guy. I bet he has a pretty good spaceship.
What, he's dead? Damn it. All right, fine, I'll go with you.
But Chewbacca runs the rebellion, so that's like, what we were really talking about.
At some point, I want to see an extra scene where Obi-Wan walks up to Chewbacca and he goes, You're really running the ship, right? You know what we're doing? He's like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Or, okay, fine. Because that guy's an idiot. You hear him parsecs? Of course he did it in 4.7 parsecs. Everyone does it in 4.7 parsecs.
I love that there's an entire branch of the Star Wars expanded universe dedicated to explaining why that actually makes sense, as opposed to just saying it's Han playing fool the farm boy.
Yeah. There's a lot of plot holes in Star Wars that take a lot of time to close.
Yeah.
But we're getting off track.
Off track. So Space Race, which is a nice 3-parter. Like, we introduce the McDougals, who are the bastards that killed Gene's dad long, long ago.
These two assholes.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, I hated these guys. Nowadays, they don't seem that bad, really, because I've seen a lot worse villains, but these guys were just assholes.
Like, they're jerks,
But they're murderous jerks, so that takes them one step above to asshole them.
Yeah, I know, but I really wish there was more to them than that, because they keep showing up, and I'm like, really? These guys are still relevant somehow?
Ever since I saw them, the McDougals, I permanently have them placed right next to the Frost brothers from Gundam X.
Both
I would not kind of assholes. It just won't go away.
Yeah, well, the Frost brothers become the main villains, where the McDougals just get this weird subplot that, it doesn't work. Although I'm looking at the voice actors, and I would laugh so hard if they actually were the Frost brothers. Oh, no, but in Japanese, here's the fun thing. The elder Frost brother has been in a few Gundam shows. He was Chapman, in G Gundam, Rashid in Wing, and Duker in Victory.
Duker? Which one was Duker?
Duker Eek. I think he was that one of those Zanskari guys who turned out to be not a bastard.
Yeah, one of the good pirates.
Like one of the good Zanskari guys I think they met his wife a few episodes later, and it was extra sad. And the younger Frost, the younger McDougal was Glemmy Toto.
Oh no. Oh, Glemmy.
The first shark clone.
Glemmy. Anyway. We don't want to get into that. But anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, Space Race. Racing the McDougal brothers, among other people. They pick up Aisha in mid-flight. She's literally out there in space holding a damn sign. It's like, wow, space hitchhiker. Cool.
Well, they wrote a book for him.
Yes, but in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you just stick out your thumb. She's out there in space floating there, hoping someone will get her before she runs out of air.
Yeah, true.
That's pretty bad.
That was Chapter 8 of Hitchhiker's Guide, them sitting in the middle of space, hoping someone grabbed them before they ran out of air.
Luckily for Aisha, she was a kind of a cute girl, and she got picked up by people who already knew who she was.
Yeah, but
I was just saying, it's blind stinking luck there.
Yeah, maybe the Outlaw Star also runs on infinite improbability.
Well, it would make sense, because why Gene hasn't crashed the damn thing at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, but then again, Jim didn't turn into a penguin.
That we know of. He did turn one of the Gilliams into a pink soda can, though, so.
There you go.
I'm just saying, there's a few links here that I haven't thought of until now that I think about it. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and Outlaw Star. There's a lot going on here. Anyway, back to the Space Race. They get sidetracked a little, and to catch up, They ride almost a shockwave.
Yeah, like there's some sort of negative space wedgie that should destroy them.
They just hop in the middle.
But they just kind of surf on it.
I like they pop out and they check in with the
race officials. It's like
race officials, and they're like, "What place are we in?" He goes, "What the hell are you doing? What place are we in?" So, well, in dumbass stunts, you're in first place. Good to hear. See you later.
Catch you later. Full burn.
back into the rift. Hang on. Whee! And then they still don't win.
Well,
they came in first in the privateers, but they didn't end up in the top 5 like they promised they would.
I thought they came in 4th.
I thought that maybe it was 4th. Regardless, they finished just out of the money.
Like, they didn't finish in the money, but they get a lot of attention for being, like, they're newbies without an actual corporate sponsorship.
Right.
Which never happens.
And poor old Jim and Aisha have to dress up in that god-awful outfit that Fred created. And Fred's like, it's good publicity. I guess I'll cut him a break.
Well, Fred's just looking to cut these guys a break.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Fred likes Gene.
He's a shitty businessman.
Yeah. He is. He really is. You can tell that he got his business handed out from his father. His father wouldn't put up with this shit. But
like, if Fred was a woman, we'd just rag on him as being a horrible person. But because he's just so freaking camp, we laugh.
Like, we love Fred. But yeah, I like Fred because he likes Gene as a person, and then he kind of likes Gene as an object. Which, like I said, it's very 90s, but still, it's funny as hell. Yeah. And Jim kind of puts up with him because, it's like, hey, Fred may be a little weird, but without him, we'd be pretty.
Yeah, no interest, long-term loans. Who else is going to hand those out?
It's a damn good thing because we don't have a lot of friends left. Fred may be a little odd, but damn it, he's our only friend that we got left. So.
Well, their other friend died horribly fighting pirates.
Yeah. So, and we weren't 100% sure she was our friend anyway. I'm still convinced she was going to kick us out of an airlock.
Oh, yeah. No,
Fred's not going to do that to us.
Like, Mary McGlynn would kick you out the airlock.
Right. Fred is not going to do that. He's going to keep you around. Now, he may keep you around for other reasons, but we don't care. He's going to keep you around.
Yeah, so episode 12, is after collecting whatever prestige being 4th place in a space race is, they challenge the McDougalls to a fist fight with spaceships in the asteroids, and for some reason they just agree.
I want to know, can you go up to the other ship with a white glove and slap him across the face and go, I challenge you to a duel?
You know what? Considering this setting, I would not be surprised if grappler ships came with white gloves.
And I'm just curious, do you respond like they did in Robin Hood and Men in Tights? You pick up a medal and I accept.
Probably.
All right, Loxley, it's just you and me, man to man. Just you and me and my guards.
It's been forever since I've seen a Mel Brooks movie.
We got to do a Mel Brooks episode. Young Frankenstein, History of the World War II, Hitler on ice.
There's like a Mel Brooks Blu-ray collection, and I keep meaning to buy it because I love all of them.
You got to watch The Producers. It's wrong on every level, but hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Mel Brooks is great stuff.
The Mel Brooks episode. Just so you, me, and Jim can sing the Men in Tights theme song. Tights.
All right. And so now we get to the point where the show just falls apart and loses all focus. Like, every episode to this point has been kind of on a to be continued note. So even if they were kind of wasted half the episode meandering, you still felt like there was focus. But now they're like, no, we're totally established as guys who do stuff for money because we won 4th place in a space race. Let's do odd jobs.
Hey, this is, I'll admit, from this point on, there's a good deal of filler. But as filler goes, this is really good filler.
See, I don't even think it's all that good. It's just...
I think it's really good filler. It is filler. It's not, plot-centric anymore. We've established the good guys, the bad guys.
And the bad guys disappear. The grand scheme disappears.
Right. But there's little hints of it here and there. Like I said,
not enough.
It isn't critical to the story anymore, but now this is filler. But it's good filler. There's some really bad filler.
I mean,
can we go talk about DBZ filler? Oh my God.
yeah, but it just seems
Naruto filler.
Oh.
One Piece filler.
Well, I mean, jump shows are jump shows, but it's like
Bleach filler.
like again, jump shows are jump shows, but it's like give me something that is at least vaguely related to what's going on.
There was some filler in Trigun.
There were a few, but at least
Cowboy Bebop is 90% filler.
yeah, but that filler was about something, or at
This
least
is about something. Bunch of yahoos with the most advanced spaceship in the galaxy doing tugboat work
yeah.
because they got to pay rent. Whereas Cowboy Bebop is doing odd jobs, mostly hunting down criminals because they're hungry.
Like, well, in Cowboy Bebop, it was kind of something different every week, even if it was just stylistically different. Here
This is something different every week. You get episodes where they're getting attacked by a hacker doing his best Laughing Man impersonation, despite the fact that the Laughing Man didn't exist yet. Then they're doing an episode where they get attacked by an evil plant from outer space.
now every episode is like Jim walks in and is like, we don't have any money, and then Gene's like, we'll be fine, work will come to us, I'm gonna play Game Boy, and then Aisha's all angry and Suzuka's just sitting there drinking tea, and then something happens, and then there's a chase sequence, and maybe there's a fight, and then they don't get paid.
I think that's Lupin the Third in a nutshell.
Yes. But Lupin has an excellent gag dub.
But Lupin the Third didn't have a spaceship. That's why this is so great. Everything is better with spaceships. It's like bacon. But yes, this was fun. I mean, let's go through some of this.
The mind control cactus.
I love that mind control cactus. When Jim picks up the cactus and he's like, and then he's controlling him, Melfina slaps it out of the ground. And Melfina just stomps the cactus to death. And they're all just standing around looking at it. Like, is Melfina murdering that cactus? Does it constitute murder? Why is there a sentient cactus?
Why would a cactus need to what evolutionary pressures exist that would cause a cactus to develop mind control?
And once more, why would that cactus want to take over the world?
Why would that cactus start a plan to take over the world at an ice cream stand? It's like that episode of Pinky and the Brain where the brain lets Pinky plan the world domination scheme. So
and
Pinky,
everything works.
Yeah, but Pinky just starts by opening a petting zoo for clams. And somehow this ice cream stand clam petting zoo leads to world domination.
I'm just saying, everyone goes to the ice cream stand. If you're going to go someplace you want to start, gaining followers, you don't go to the public library. You go to the ice cream stand or the bar or someplace where everyone goes. Everyone loves ice cream. That is a smart cactus.
Yeah. And this is the weird start of this whole Melfina Jim romance thing that I was never sold on.
I don't think I was ever sold on it either. Just Melfina, the only reason Melfina gravitates to Gene is, like, she even says it when she visits that alien church. She's like, oh. And she's like, do you need help finding yourself? And she's like, no, I've already got someone who's agreed to help me do that. And Jim, being the dick he is, like, Gene being the dick he is like, I don't know, I'm going to help her find herself or.
Yeah, well, he knows what she is related to the galactic ley line. And it's about 8 more episodes before he decides to look into that, maybe.
Well, he has no real interest in, he just told her, yeah, sure, I'll do whatever the hell you want me to do. Yeah, sure, just stick around. I need you for the ship. You leave, the Outlaw Star is essentially a big friggin' paperweight.
Yeah.
You're kind of mission critical. Why she's mission critical is another point of confusion, but we'll get into that later.
Gene's just a dick.
He is. He's not evil. He just, like you said, he's a dick. You just want to slap him upside the head sometimes. And Jim does on occasion. And with good cause.
All right,
what's another good? The final countdown.
Which is a hacker bomber thing. Yeah.
Oh, what did he call himself? I forget.
Like Cracker Jack.
Cracker Jack, and he's a little mouse So he was pulling a laughing man before there was a laughing man. This is well before Ghost in the Shell, and he was doing a laughing man. The stupid thing is he wasn't, a terrorist. He was just robbing the place under the guise of terrorism.
No, he's doing a low-rent Hans Gruber.
Yeah, that's kind of what he's doing, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, we are going to blow up the gold and scatter it among the winds. No, actually, I'm just going to take it all and dump truck and get the hell out of here. We're going to say, we recognize your independence. Okay, that's nice. I'm still going to blow the shit up because I got to destroy all the evidence. And of course, then Gene just crashes his party, literally.
Yeah.
Pops the cockpit, runs down there, and, busts his ass. Very hero-like. My question is, how the hell did they get the Outlaw Star out of there again?
Good question.
Is there a tow truck for a big-ass ship like that?
Probably. I mean, he got to work as one.
I guess. We need a tugboat to get the tugboat out. Then we get the N-10-7.
Yes. This is where I thought things were getting back on track. Like you've got...
not really. It's more filler.
The K-Pirates are back for the first time in 7 episodes, and we've got, hey, here's 6 of the deadliest guys in the universe. Let's go through them and have that be the plot for a while. Gung-ho gun style.
Yeah.
Each one could have we could learn about the assassin guy, and it could be fun. And I kind of like the bit with Shimmy. It was actually a Western. And then that went away. It's like...
I don't know. I kind of like the first assassin.
Like, I like that guy, and I like this idea, and I like the promise it made to me, but then the show broke that promise. Like, it just builds me up, and it knocks me down every time.
What was the promise? I didn't get the promise.
The promise was, hey, we're going to have 5 more guys for Gene to beat up, and we'll learn more about the bad guys while we do it. But then we don't.
We really don't learn about anything about the bad guys until the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
But that's part of the hook. You want to figure out, okay, why the hell would the space mob and the military make a freaking spaceship?
Yeah, but it's not very satisfying, especially not the in-between.
Well, the only thing one satisfying for me is we still didn't get a really good explanation of what the hell the galactic ley line is in the first place.
Yeah, well, before we get to there, first we have the guys help find some buried pirate treasure.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
As space pirate as you can possibly get. I am playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. If he shows up in the game, I'm buying it.
He's in the DLC, I'm sure.
It's like, now you will pilot the Jackdaw into space. Hey, it'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's a derelict spaceship sunken on the water planet, and there's some sort of space kraken guarding the ship for some reason.
Space kraken.
And they finally get the treasure, and it turns out it's low-grade treasure. We can't spend it on anything. Hooray.
All that work for guess what?
Nothing.
Nope. Gene has Gene doesn't have average luck. It's either really crappy luck where he gets this shit, or exceedingly good luck where he gets the Outlaw Star. There is no middle ground for him. It's full tilt one way or the other. What's next? Between Life and the Machine. Unknown client.
This was the start of the Harry McDougal has a thing for Melfina because they're both cyborgs.
It's never explained what the hell Melfina is, but that's beside the point.
She's a robot girl, and Harry
is a somewhat robot boy. But regardless, Harry McDougal is a creepy little bastard.
Yeah. And also crazy.
Harry McDougal creeps the hell out of me. He's not quite child molester creepy, but he's getting there.
Yeah. No, he's pretty much, the way he treats Melfina is pretty child molester creepy.
Yeah.
Considering that at this point she's, 8 months old, really?
True, but from his point of view, she's not, but still, really creepy. Even if she was 16, it'd be really creepy.
Yeah, this episode also has a lot of talk about that. They mention the galactic ley line a lot. We don't learn what it is or anything about it. Yeah, again, I'm not happy with this one.
This is, I'll admit, the Harry Melfina thing was just something I think they kind of threw in. Hey, we need another reason to get the McDougal brothers back in the game. Harry likes Melfina. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Let's have a terrible, terrible one love triangle.
Yeah. Strongest woman in the universe. Oh, this is a fun one. So Fred has a fiance who is, the most butch woman in the universe.
She wins space MMA.
Pretty much, yeah. And if she wins one more championship, he has to get married. So Gene,
because of the weird rules of the Lowe family.
Yeah, Fred's family is kind of odd. Now, to stop this, Gene is forced to cross-dress and enter the tournament under the name Ginny. And Aisha is forbidden, of course, because she's a Kataro, and they can turn into big lions, and that's a problem.
That's just cheating.
Yeah, but she ends up getting in anyway under luchador style, and yeah, that's it's funny as hell. Let's just say what it is. Gene's dressing up as a woman, and a very butt ugly one, to beat Fred's fiance into submission, and boy does he get his ass whooped. I mean, she just kicks his ass.
Yeah, because why would you
girl.
think Gene would actually be a good fighter?
That was my question. I'm like, you're gonna send out.
Like you have one of the deadliest assassins in the universe.
I'm pretty convinced. Well, first off, she said, "There's no way in hell I'm entering this." Aisha was like, "Sure, I'll go," and no Kataro allowed. They ain't putting Jim in; he's too young. And quite frankly, I think Fred wanted to see him dressed up as a girl in the first place.
Like, I think that's all he really wanted.
And it's like, you do know you don't got to marry this girl. She wins. Shut up! They don't know that.
Yeah. I mean,
get me a camera. I gotta take pictures of this. Don't worry, all on video.
Like, to this point, we've really Gene is fit, and we see him be quite capable of running away from things.
But we haven't really seen him fight at all. Other than
as a fist
gun.
Like he's a decent gunfighter. Like he outdrew you. He seems to be capable of drawing well against other deadly guys. But it's like, no, he why would he win a fist fight?
It's funny as hell. Just accept it.
Yeah.
Next episode, Law and the Lawless. This is the Trojan horse episode.
This is the worst one.
Gene is okay, I'm going to be the good guy. I'm going to save these poor, unfortunate souls. It's a trap. I kind of wanted Jim to do his best Admiral Akbar and go, it's a trap.
And then we get introduced to people who have their own TV series. Please go watch that. Isn't this dinosaur guy interesting? He's going to fight crime. Watch that show next week.
I didn't want to mention Angel Links. We really had to.
Well, this whole episode is just a backdoor pilot for Angel Links.
I know.
But
Angel Links was awful.
Yes, and this episode is awful.
It's not awful, but
it's awful.
Okay, fine, it's awful, but still, it's an okay episode.
No, it's awful.
All right, fine, it's awful. This is just awful. Anything having to do with Angel Links was awful. The sad fact that Angel Links has from the universe of Outlaw Star is awful. Angel Links is awful. Everything that's related with it.
There you go.
But yeah, I really didn't want to mention Angel Links. You just had to bring that up.
Well, this episode was about, hey, go watch Angel Links. It airs in a couple months. Or not even a couple months, like 6 weeks. I actually went and watched
the first couple episodes of that, and my God, was it awful. This episode was enough to be like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. Watch the episode, oh my God, this sucks. This sucks so much. This is so bad. All
right, so next episode is
Cats, Girls, and Spaceships.
Yeah, where
Jimmy gets a girlfriend.
Except the girlfriend wants him dead, except they don't realize it, and it's all tragic.
And she has psychic cats that pilot spaceships.
Yeah.
When you think about it, doesn't the two cats kind of sound like the Lutesses from BioShock Infinite?
I don't even know who they were.
I'm just saying. They creep me out. I mean, they're giving advice to the little girl. You didn't confer with me before making that date. I'm like, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have to confer with a cat. You are a cat. You don't get to decide whether this girl goes out on dates with this guy or not.
Yeah.
You are a cat. The one funny moment in this episode is when Jim asks Gene for advice on girls. And what do you think would be a good present for a first date? He grabs her. Has my little Jimmy discovered, girl? Like, Gene, you are such an ass. Well, you have a decent opportunity to be a good big brother here. Or at least a good father figure. Or at least a decent human being. But no, you
Gene
accomplish
can't
nothing.
do that. He has to be true to himself. Lazy ass, terrible human being.
With no respect for women.
Yeah. I know it's supposed to be tear-jerking and tragic, but I'm like, I don't care about Jim. I don't care about this girl. I felt kind of bad that the psychic cats had to die in the whole business. Why couldn't they have gotten their own spin-off? We're psychic cats. We fight crime.
The girl and the two cats. The assassin guild. But anyway. No, I kind of like the... I did kind of like this episode. Like I said, I cared for Jim. The thing is, I've watched enough anime that when she showed up, I was like, even though this is one of my first anime series, when she showed up, like, you are dead. Then she turns out to be the bad guy, the seventh assassin or whatever number she was. I'm like, oh, you are really dead. I was pretty sure you were going to be a noble sacrifice. And so now you're the enemy and a noble sacrifice. You are so screwed.
Yeah.
Grave of the Dragon, where we actually get a little bit of background on the Galactic Ley Line.
Just a little bit.
Enough to make you more interested. Like I said, this series does a really good job, at least for me. I know you said you bailed out a couple times. This is like just when you're getting a little sick of it, you're like, come on, get moving. They tease you along a little bit more with the Galactic Ley Line, where they find some ruins. Melfina touches the wall and the dragon lights up. You're like, holy shit.
Well, they realized, oh man, we've only got 5 episodes left. We better establish some facts before the end. Yeah,
they still don't get enough in, but I kind of got the sense in this series as a whole, they were kind of making it up as they go.
Yeah, this is the only one that was actually based on a manga.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think how long was the Outlaw Star manga? Only like 2 or 3 volumes?
Like 18 chapters. 20 maybe?
I don't even think it was that long, but regardless, it was a pretty short manga, and they had to fill in a lot of, empty space. And as empty space goes, they did a pretty good job. There's other TV series, Naruto, Bleach. I can name a few others off the top of my head, but we won't go into far. When they have to fill in gaps that the author can't make, they all suck. For the most part, they did a pretty good job here. But yeah, more about the Galactic Ley Line, just enough to keep you interested. You want to learn more.
And for once, they actually followed it up with, hey, we need to, there's a guy who knows more, but we have to break him out of space jail.
Damn space jail.
So they do the Great Escape bit.
And they bust a guy out of prison because he's got coordinates to the Galactic Ley Line. That is Gravity Jailbreak. That was a fun episode.
Like, that one was actually fun. And then they're like, but first, let's explain the history of this magic gun. And have have a running joke. And some boobs.
No. This episode was about 2 simple things, my friend. Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Then why so many exposition breaks to explain how the magic gun works?
Because they had to fit that in somewhere.
I don't think they needed to explain the magic gun.
They had the dirty old man there to react to the ass and titties in between those takes. Which, by the way, if you're going to have a magic wizard of the spell shooting gun, why is he on a planet full of beaches? Although I guess if you're going to hang out in one place, that's not a bad place to hang out.
Like if you're going to be a hermit. Well, and this is the other thing. It's like, okay, so they established that the 2 male wizards are total pervs, but they can't just have like cameras set up at all the many hot springs on the planet because it's a tourist trap. No,
right.
they need to get shots of the one sorceress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what's so special about her?
Apparently, she is well endowed.
Well, yeah, but so is every other person on this. Every third person who comes in.
Yes, but a lot of them are aliens. Like when Jim and Jean are on the monorail. By the way, I love the fact that the entire episode, Jean's dressed in a Speedo and a Hawaiian shirt. I'm just saying. It's like, that's the best you had, really? Did Fred give you that? What is this? Poor old Fred wasn't in this episode. I don't know why. It would have been great to have him here. Just to see his reaction to the place.
But they needed to include the running gag of hapless space pirate who keeps getting hit with snowballs and hot water and rocks.
It's funny as hell. Shut up.
Like, it's a good bit, but this episode already has enough filler.
When he lands in the Kataro hot spring, which is essentially boiling hot water, falls in the water. He, holy crap, it's hot. Jumps up on the rock. There's Aisha, buck naked. And he's like, wow. Falls off the rock again. Damn it. It's like, really? I did not know that. Okay. It's hot water, hot water. Gene's a perv. But we all are in this episode. If there were any female fans of this show,
they left.
This is probably the point they left.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they stuck around at all with Gene and his, 1980s view of women, or probably worse than that, 1950s or 60s. The way he treats Melfina, I'm surprised they were still here. But if they were, this is when they left.
Well, they would be, but they were watching it on Toonami, so they never saw this episode.
Right. So how did Gene get that, super powerful cartridge for his gun? We will never know unless you bought the DVD. Then you know. Because there was a missing episode they couldn't air because it was all ass and titties. And Cartoon Network doesn't like that.
Too much work for the airbrush guys. They just cut the whole episode.
Right. It's like, how many bikinis we have to airbrush on? A lot. Oh, hell. Just skip it.
Skip it. No one's going to care.
Yeah. Okay. Episode 24, Cutting the Galactic Ley Line.
Things start to happen a little.
Things get moving now.
Like, we put all the pieces down.
Apparently, the Galactic Ley Line is a big friggin' racetrack that you can't fly a spaceship on because they all land and they pretty much have to sprint to wherever the hell there is they're going.
Except for Melfina, who just gets teleported. Are they on a ship? Are they on a planet? Where the hell are they? Who knows? Galactic Ley Line. Don't have to explain it.
Whatever the hell that is.
Don't have to explain it. It's feng shui.
Yeah, it's really weird. Whoever the architect is, he was like really drunk when this was made. Okay, we're going to have a tunnel that's going to open up into a giant waterfall field, and then it's going to collapse back down into a tunnel, and then I don't know when it's going to go underground.
And Aztec Tron land, because we're ancient aliens, so we need Aztec Tron.
Yeah, and then we're going to go into the Mayan Tron, and then we're going to go into the Inca Tron, and then we're going to just go into Tron period, and then we're going to come back into a tunnel.
And then there's going to be a little bit of Evangelion, but not too much.
No, not enough that we can get sued. Then we're going to have Ray show up for a little while, but it's actually Melfina who's bald, and nothing's going to make any sense. But you're going to keep sticking around.
And everyone's going to die.
That's generally how this show works. Is you don't know what the hell's going on, but you want to come back and see more. At least for me.
I didn't care enough about these guys. I really didn't.
Maze of Despair, last episode.
Second last
episode, pardon me. They're still pretty much sprinting towards the ley line, wherever the hell it is. They don't know what they're going to find when they get there. They eventually run into the big bad mafioso boss, or is that the next episode?
No, they bump into him here, and we also see the last of the deadliest assassins in the universe clash with Suzuka, where they talk to each other about why Suzuka hates pirates. And then they fight, and then they do the samurai movie one-stroke fight thing, and then that's done.
Yeah, does that happen in every samurai movie or anime, the one-strike, or any video game for that matter? First time I ever saw that, Ninja Gaiden, back on the NES.
It happens a lot. I don't think it started till a little later. Like, it wasn't in Yojimbo, but it was in Sanjuro.
And I don't watch a lot of anime samurai stuff. But for anything I come across with samurai swords, that happens at least once. And I always wonder how often did that really happen in actual battle. But anyway.
It just looks cool.
I know it does, but still. Ninja Gaiden. Just saying.
And then you get to episode 26 where you find out that the Galactic Ley Line just grants wishes, apparently.
Yes, it is that magical wishing well.
Like, Khan gets all the knowledge, and Hizanko gets all the power, and Gene just wants his robot girl back because I guess he loves her.
Which is kind of awkward.
But then we get a cool spaceship punch fight thing.
Right, and we get one last good fight. That was fun.
Like, that was fun to watch, and then they're like, okay, we're going to do the bittersweet ending where everyone breaks up, and we're just going to go on. Except then, no, we don't.
Well, I like that because I got so pissed off when I was watching that. I was like,
damn
it, no. I want to imagine them having future, shenanigans and hijinks, having fun. It can't just be Jim, Gene, and Melfina off into the distance.
Like, they're trying to have it both ways. They want the let's say goodbye to everyone and have it be a little sad.
Yeah.
But then they just go, nope, and the adventure continues.
Well, that pissed me off. I thought that was just doing a head fake on me. I was like, no, I want some, in the back of my head, I want them having fun and hijinks, even though this will never get a sequel.
It almost did.
Did it really?
Yeah, there was talk of doing like some OVAs, and they didn't. They kind of.
I remember hearing about a possible movie OVA, but never got off the ground.
Yeah, but there
Which
were
I would have been
a few
okay
things.
with.
There were some ideas, and it just didn't come together.
Because unlike Cowboy Bebop ended, and you couldn't do anything unless you put a movie somewhere in the middle of the episode, which they successfully did.
Yeah.
Outlaw Star, you could just pick up right where they left off.
Like, they could have done more, but it didn't come together, and I don't mind.
I'm happy with what we got. Outlaw Star, is it the greatest, is it better than Trigun or Cowboy Bebop? Hell no. But it's still fun. It's not the same animal as Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is, barely an anime. It's something else altogether. Trigun is an Old West show that just happens to be taking place in space. And Outlaw Star is Star Wars if Star Wars was a really badly written comedy.
Yeah, here's the thing. I am actually looking at other anime that came out in 1998. I'm trying to figure out, what other ones that came out that I like better. So here's anime of 1998 that I like better than this, not including the other Space Cowboy shows.
Okay.
Card Captor Sakura. El Hazard. Generator Gall. Initial D. Lost Universe.
Never seen that.
It's kind of a sequel to Slayers, actually.
Okay.
Kind of.
Never seen that.
Record of Lodos War.
Really? That came out this year? Same year?
Same year.
Okay. Wow, I did not know that. I thought Record of Lodos War came out a lot before that.
Nope.
Okay. Well, damn. I'm going to...
Also,
do I like more Record of Lodos War or the... Damn, I probably have to go with Lodos War on that one, but that's a close one.
Also in 98, Serial Experiments Lane.
Oh, God, I hate that show.
Really?
Yes. The most overly convoluted mess I've ever seen. Sucked.
And you know what? And also that year, and terrible but worth mentioning, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series.
Oh, wow.
The season 0.
Wow. Okay. I did not
Screw the
know
rules. I have
Record of
green
Lodos War
hair.
came out. I did not know Record of Lodos War came out. Record of Lodos War holds a special place for me. I always loved that show. That wasn't the original OVA. That was the actual TV series.
That was the series. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was one of the first box sets I ever bought that got me the OVA, the movie, and the TV series. With a pretty horrible dub, I might add. But it was still fun. And now, what you've all been waiting for, the second part. Anyway, that was still funny. But yeah, now that I think about it, I guess that they do have similar animations. That was, the last gasp of the hand-drawn animation. Now everything is done by computers.
Well, we still saw some hand-drawn stuff come out over the next couple of years, like Turn A was in 98, 99 was a good year for anime.
Yeah, but that was the last hurrah. I mean, you still see some hand-drawn stuff, but the vast majority, it's a lost art. Everything's done by computers these days. The only one who still pretty much, holds on to that, everything we do is hand-drawn, is Studio Ghibli. Everybody else is let the computer do it. It's more cost-effective.
Well, it's really easy to just start doing the color fills.
Right. Man, how long did it take to do a scene on paper, then to ink it, then to video it, and then everything? I always wonder, if you could remake Snow White, how much faster could you do it on a computer than you could actually having a team draw the whole damn thing?
Well, there's this anecdote they tell, the production team on Lion King.
Uh-huh.
They had a couple of the old veterans come in, they were just like, hey, some retirees who had been working on those first few Disney features, and they were coming in just to see what was what, and do a little talk with the guys. And they showed them, well, this is the wildebeest stampede we've been working on.
Right.
And they just go, holy crap, who had to draw all of these? And they said, well, no, we kind of drew 10 of them and just copied and pasted them with the machines. It's
right.
You bastards.
It's you cheating little pricks.
You
If we
kids have
did
no
that, we would have to
idea.
draw every single stupid wildebeest. It's like, but this is so much easier. We don't care. We're grumpy and pissed. That ain't fair. You realize how many bats you realize how much fire Maleficent would have if we had that technology, damn it. You would realize what kind of badass dragon she would turn into if we had that technology? Damn it. You realize the Black Cauldron wouldn't have sucked so much? That would have been a damn good animated feature if we hadn't had computers.
There you go. That was Outlaw Star and the
Yes.
last of the Space Cowboy anime.
Outlaw Star is fun.
It's okay.
It's fun.
It is okay.
It is just flat out fun.
It
It's
is not very
like-
good in the middle, though.
It's not like Cowboy Bebop where you're like, wow, this is something, that changed the game. It's not like Trigun where it has, one of the great all-time anime characters in Vasta Stampede. It's just fun. It's just good old-fashioned popcorn fun. Is Gene Starwin going to stick in your, on the Mount Rushmore of anime? Hell no. Is Outlaw Star something that changed, the genre of anime like Cowboy Bebop did? No. But you still had fun.
But
you had fun.
But it filled out a half hour of Toonami's block for a few years.
And I don't care what you say, you had fun.
I enjoyed about 10 of these episodes.
You had fun.
Nah, there was a lot of shit this show that was a chore to get through.
You had fun, you're just lying. Outlaw Star. It's fun. Enough said.
All right, so catch you guys next time.
You know it's fun. Admit it, Scott. It's fun.
It's okay. Don't spend too much for the DVDs on eBay.
Are they still making them, or is that one of those ones that's if you don't have it, you're never going to find it?
It died with Bandai. Let's see how much they're going for on eBay this week. Probably, if it's more than 90, I'll cry.
Can't be more than that.
Let's see. Hong Kong bootleg. Okay, Anime Legends collections, 53 and 12 for shipping.
Well, that's a little high.
Yeah, that's what it would have been retail.
There you go. And new Outlaw Star complete collection. Well, auction starting at $275. I guess if you want to buy it straight, it costs more. But in auction, you can find it $275 right now. Granted, it'll probably be a lot higher than when it's all said and done.
Well, set your max bid for about 30, and it'll be okay.
Oh, and on a side note, one of my all-time great Holy Grail kits that I have no chance in hell of ever finding. They actually made like a 1/60th scale Outlaw Star model kit. I've seen it on eBay a couple times, and I've seen pictures of it. It comes with a stand and everything. It's, a good almost 2 feet long, and it's like $100. But it's a beautiful kit, and I have no chance in hell of ever finding it because they only made like a couple hundred of them.
They only made them for that year.
Yeah, they made it for 1 year. They didn't make a lot of them, and that was the only kit they made for that line. They didn't make any other ships. Just, hey, want an Outlaw Star? Here you go.
It's not like how they every so often they reissue the Cowboy Bebop models.
But yeah, I do have actually an Outlaw Star action figure.
Didn't McFarlane do one of those?
He didn't do Outlaw Star. This was done by, I think, Toei. They came out with like a 3-pack. It came with a crappy action figure of Gene and Melfina, and then the Outlaw Star. And they also did one for the Big O, where you got Dorothy and Roger, and then the Big O. And you got there was one other, I forget what it was. But that's the only way you can find that. And that's supposedly, I had a toy collector friend of mine point that and said, man, that's a rare figure right there. That's worth a good deal of money. I'm like, too bad. I'm keeping it.
Really? I
have no
sold
chance.
mine at the Anime North flea market for like $5.
What?
Yeah.
Is that the same action figure?
Yeah, I had that. I know the one you're talking about.
Oh, okay. But did you have all the pieces, though?
I think we lost the Melfina.
See, that's why it's not worth anything.
Yeah.
The collectors want everything.
I know they do.
Oh, well. Outlaw Star. It was fun. Don't listen to Scott. You don't know what he's talking about.
It's okay.
He's a stick in the mud.
It's just okay.
Stick in the mud.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
I Thought They Smelled Bad on the Outside is released under an attribution, non-commercial, share-alike 3.0 International Creative Commons license. Please visit our website at sbopodcast.blogspot.com for more episodes as well as social media information. Thank you.